Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius, and always a big welcome to those who felt like this constellation has a message for them as well, or an inspiration in that case, right? We want to be inspired, particularly by you, my dear Aquarius, because the age of Aquarius is upon us. And so here we have Virgo. Sun in Virgo. When we look at the sun, Virgo constellation is behind it, and when we look at the moon, Aquarius is as a constellation behind it. And what's so fascinating here is that Virgo holds the sun or the star in its lantern, but here it's a 6-pointed star and here it's an 8-pointed star that you have. And so the difference between 6 and 8 is the 8 is the infinite loop and the 6 is the hexagram, the holy combination between masculine and feminine, between fire and water. And yeah, so Virgo is highlighting your path into the depth, into looking into your subconscious. The sun is the father and the moon is the mother. So here we have a beautiful story of Virgo standing behind you. If we look at the big cycle, right? If we go from right to left, which is the left spinning cycle of 25,800 years divided through the 12 zodiac signs, creates then an age. If we take the cycle in the other way, right, from right to left, because Virgo in its cycle comes first, we see that they don't really actually look at each other. Right? They're back to back. So if I go this way from left to right, Virgo is here. She's saying, no, go this way. And you're looking down and you're watching what you're doing. You bring the water into the water and into the earth. And you are here for all. So in a way, when we look at this constellation, we can see there is another energy behind it, right? So the yoga position that I picked for Virgo is mountain pose with Namaste, or the Anjali Mudra. And here in the center, in the cosmic egg, is the new person that's forming itself constantly as that present moment. The future and the past are looking at each other. And here in the center where the spine is, where that beginning is, the central spinal cord is, there is the connection between the two energies. But it's three, it's always the three. The number 3 is like past, present, and future. Then for you, I created, of course, something like a star position, the side plank. And of course, I could have taken, you know, the Vitruvian man, standing there, spreading your legs and your arms to the side and looking like a star. But we don't really take that position in yoga. So I'm thinking about it. But here, in a way, you have one hand on land and one on water. So it's the same feeling, and the other two up in the air because you're an air sign. And you're coming through the transformation, through the hexagram, through the energy, then into the 8, through the 7. Right? So you have 6 stars. And then in the hexagram, the 6th sense comes you and becomes then the 8th star. So 6 and 7 come together here. So that's to the yoga position. Then I created a little bit of a different design. I'm not sure yet. I'm working on these cards. So here, this is the old one and this is the new one. Working. Your court card is King of Swords if your birthday is between January 9th and February 7th. This is your court card. This is then the energy that you live here down on earth. And you're quite analytical. You're air and air. That's not much substance there, right? Good. Your last reading, you had a full moon. That's when the sun was in Leo and the moon then in your sign. So that's your opposite. That's your shadow side. But the shadow side was highlighting the moon and giving you then the inspiration of your time is here. So shine and uplift like the sun to inspire. You had the sun, you had the magician, you had the 9 of cups. So you are starting to realize more and more that your time is coming. And I always love to do your reading because I think that's kind of like, for me, always like a message for what is coming at us. And yeah, let's begin just really quick. Mercury is the planet for Virgo, and for you it's Uranus. You are a fixed sign, and of course Virgo is a mutable sign, and so just that you feel the fixedness can now, through the mutable energy of Virgo, be a little bit moved, right? Because otherwise you're very fixed. So on the position of the Fool comes the Judgment. Now I don't like the word judgment. I use usually inspiration. I use also intuition, but more inspiration. You're getting an inspiration, you're getting an awakening, and you are at the number 20, a 2 and a 0, and you have the 0 here. So in a way it's kind of saying, yes, you are beginning next round. The 20 is almost like then another round from 10. And here in the Visconti Sforza Tarot, it's called the Angel. And we can see that he has passed up into the heavens. And the other two, Bianca and Francesco, Visconti Sforza. And they are almost the angels helping him to transition into heaven. So I feel that something is for you, since you can see now that we go from right to left, because these cards have no zodiac sign connected to it. And then when I come to Aries, card number 4, the Emperor, we go from left to right. So you have realized that here is an awakening coming to you. You begin to awaken, and you begin to awaken to the awareness that the earth is here to be protected, that you are the one that can protect it, that you are the one that's gonna say, here, have a look. And it's still kind of like a dreamy energy. It's the 17, and the 17 is your number. So it's almost saying, yes, you have landed here on earth, but you are not really clear yet what to do. Right? Because you have the 1 and the 7, though. The 1 is the Magician here, and the 7 will be the Chariot. So here you are, you have come out of the sky, you have gone up, and now you're coming down on earth, and you're beginning a whole new cycle with the fact that earth is giving you now the opportunity to be an age, because of the left spinning cycle, right? And that's what you are feeling here. Then on the position of the High Priestess comes the Lovers, comes Gemini. And the Lovers is about you to discover your worth, your self-worth, between always the dualities, black and white, inhale and exhale, right? That we have a choice. The 2 is always we have a choice. And so here the 6, the hexagram that is in the lantern of Virgo, is letting you know, yeah, you are now spiritually awakening to the fact that everything has always two sides to it. And in the month of Gemini, we're going to see what Gemini is saying. You had that moment in the month of Gemini comes the Five of Wands. But we're going to get there in a minute. So here, yeah, you are getting through transformation. And the transformation entails that also you are here now to awaken. And the next step on the position of the Empress, so these are the 4 cards that have no zodiac sign attached to it, and the Empress is coming the Wheel of Fortune, that this is a karmic cycle that you had to go through, that this awakening that you're having now, this inspiration that you're having now, is for all, is for you particularly, because here now the Earth is coming into the age of Aquarius, is coming into the star, is coming into the technology, and hopefully technology is making this world a better world. And so the Wheel of Fortune is saying, yeah, we can do that if we allow things to come and go, if we allow the fact that here this wheel is giving us this inspiration to understand the dualities that here the High Priestess is bringing to the month of Gemini, or Gemini in general, as the energy of duality, of the energy of a love that has awakened you, a love that comes from deep within you. Now comes the Emperor, and we read from left to right. And the Emperor says, begin completely new, begin this step, begin to understand that what you learned here, right? Let's say if we continue the path this way, but now it's going this way, right? We're going from left to right. And so you see that he is almost like awakening to the portal. But let's say if I get into the big cycle, he's like, yes, I am stepping back down again. I awakened, I'm in the 20, and I'm going to take that step, and I'm going to go the big cycle. You see that? He's also going the big cycle. So this is why they turning to the right or turning to the left in the picture, or they look at us straight. And when they look at us straight, they're neither. They're like, they look at us straight. So then comes on the position of the High Priest, the 10 of Wands. So we go in this direction, the small cycle, the 365 days cycle, and it's almost like you're saying, no, I don't want to go into the small cycle. I don't want to push against all these things that I have to do. It's too much work. And yes, you push yourself against it, but maybe you also lean yourself against it. It's very interesting. You see that? He's almost like saying, no, I don't want to go this way. I'm going this way. And that's what your mind is saying, because Aries is the mind. Aries is the head. Aries is the emperor. And now here comes the work, the spiritual work that you're supposed to do. And it's almost like you're saying, no, I don't want to really do that. Right? Because this is the Lord of Suppression. This is Saturn in Sagittarius. But then, like I said, on the position of Gemini comes the 5 of Wands. So something has happened here on the position of the Empress. Right? The Empress's position gave you Gemini, and now on Gemini comes the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands is then Saturn has moved from Sagittarius out, which loves to do a lot of things, into Leo, and now it has become more of let's say less of an oppression than more of an opportunity. You have shifted your awareness, right? The spiritual awareness of here into the spiritual awareness of that, due to the fact that Gemini was in the High Priestess, came up in the High Priestess and realized, well, I have a choice. And my choice is, I don't want this. I want actually a natural way of testing myself. And 5s are always tests. 5 are here to give us an awareness. 5 is half of the 10, right, of the Wheel of Fortune. And then you go into yourself on the position of Cancer. And Cancer is in the 7, is in the Earth, right? The 1 and the 7 that came up on the position of the Magician. And 7 is saying, yes, you got to go out there now. You tested yourself enough. You were oppressed enough. And by the way, you don't really want to go this way, but for some reason you still have a physical body and you got to go this way. And so now you come up, and here is the King of Swords. And this is you, right, here in this position. This is Aleister Crowley. And so you go and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to do it. Yes, I'm going to go and do what I have to do and work on myself. Though then comes another 5, the 5 of Pentagrams. And the 5 of Pentagrams on the position of Leo is saying, now find your self-worth. Truly find your self-worth, because this is Mercury in Taurus. Truly find your self-worth because you have 2 5s framing you. One is like, you know, the testing and the checking, and one is the physicalness. This is the action, the doing, and this is the physicalness. And here you are in the middle of the forest, you're in the middle of nowhere, and it's again the same feeling a little bit than this card gives us. It's kind of like a dream world, and you just came down from heaven on earth. You just landed on earth, like I said, right? You landed on earth, and you're just kind of like, okay, what's going on? And you just like came down, and you were like, okay, what I'm gonna do here? Oh my God, I immediately have tests. Oh my God, I immediately have to figure this out. So sometimes it's not easy to come back, right? To be in another dimension, in the dimension of all connectedness, and now you're coming back down into this heaviness, into the tests. And you got 3 times 5. 5 Wands, 5 Pentacles, 5 Cups. And 5 of Cups is saying, what are you going to do with this now? What are you going to do with this understanding that here are the 3 cups that fell down, past, present, future, but you always have the option. You always have the 2, right? Because the 2 is that then the 20, the 2 and the 0 is letting you know you always have the option to again come into a new path with the Fool. And of course on the 2, the High Priestess, came Gemini, the lovers, the dualities. You always have that portal to go then through into the other world, even though you've been first through some difficulties. And you had a 5-5-5 portal. 5 Wands, 5 Pentacles, 5 Cups. And so now an emotional validation has to occur here for you to pass through this portal, but you're still greeted with someone that's kind of like saying, are you sure? Are you sure you want to go that path? Are you sure you want to go in there? And somehow, yes, you want, because this is Mars in Scorpio. You go through the portal of death. You go through and you say, I'm going to do it. And on the other side of the portal then comes heaven, the Wheel of Fortune, comes that which you already had here on the Empress, right? The Wheel of Fortune, that spinning, that constant changing. And here comes the position of the 41, another 5. Home is in the sky. So up in the sky, you rather be up in the sky. You rather want to be, again, you are an air sign. You don't like to be down here. For some reason, you don't like to be down here. You feel suppressed. You feel oppressed. And you rather be up in the sky. And you have the 2 cups here, but one is looking in this direction, and one is looking at you and saying, yeah, why don't you come with us up here? The home is in the sky. And then you go this path, and it's almost like there's a transition. Someone is helping you to go down and say, yes, I am shifting and changing, because this is on the position of Virgo, and Virgo is highlighting your path. Virgo is giving you the understanding, hey, yeah, I know you rather want to go this path because she's also in this direction. I know you rather want to go this way. It's almost like you feel that this way is it's work. Of course it's work, is duality, is inhale and exhale, is positive and negative. There's constantly something going on, right? And then in the next month, when we have Libra, look what's coming again, is the Fool coming. So you are gonna begin something, you are gonna go this way. And look at him, he's also pointing in this direction, but he also has help now. He has the dog, and interesting enough, this dog is going with him in this direction, but this dog is saying, no, on the physical plane, this dark dog on the physical plane, I will help you. I will help you to begin this path. It's almost like this physicalness is needed sometimes to understand that the earthiness, the 5 of pentagrams, right, is kind of like that self-worth. Where am I? Who am I? And here the 17 that you got with the earth, which is also your card, right? And you are air. You are an air sign. And the earth is coming and saying, no, go this path. Do it. You will see. It's okay. And then you get the raw Morganite on the position of the Hanged Man. And the raw Orgonet, look how the colors are helping you to go through this transition. The colors are going in this very, very like childlike transition that you say, okay, yes, I am coming down. I am coming down in this 365 cycle. And you are helped by this crystal. And the crystal is saying, sensibility, gentleness, empathic, to be having compassion, to have the gift of vulnerability, and to forgive yourself. That's what's coming here, because that's why you go down again. That's why you're coming here as a star. You're falling here down as a star. You're coming down. You're coming through. You're coming through this portal. Right, the portal that is here, portal of again into the emotional world, and you are helped by your friends, by birds, because you have 2 birds on your left shoulder. We have 2 birds, and the 2 birds are here in the house, telling you, yes, do it. Okay, so then, interesting enough, comes then on the position of death. Comes Bigfoot, and Bigfoot in the native Indian, is saying that God only can be understood through the path that he is leaving behind him. And so we see the feet, and so through Death card, which is also going in this direction, as you can see, there is a beautiful analogy now saying, well then step lightly on this planet. Go and take this path in a different way. Walk this earth gently, because you are air. You are air and air. You don't have any heaviness in you. Walk gently and leave gentle traces behind you. So here, this is the Father of the Stones. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is a Virgo, and Virgo is highlighting and saying, yeah, walk like me back into the mountain, walk gentle, walk consciously, and that's what you're learning. That's what you learn when you come back in a new life, right? You're walking differently, you are walking gently, because then on the position of the angel, and this is called in the Visconti Sforza Tarot, l'angelo, the angel. So through the transition, the fact that you're coming down again, the fact that you are really falling down and becoming the star here. You are learning here to be Venus in Virgo. You are learning here to be gentle with the earth. You're learning here to give the earth exactly what she needs, planting, taking care of it, and showing the next generation how to do that. And this is the angel that is coming down here. And this is the beautiful lady that is saying, I am going to show by doing, helping the next generation by doing, helping the next generation to be here on earth on the position of the world. Comes Capricorn. Capricorn, right? And you had the world. So you have the world twice now, in this way and in a very more modern, like an atom, in a more gentle way. It's almost like this heaviness was, you know, difficult for you. But always remember, you had now a black dog walking with you. And here you had the white dog walking with you. And you see here, it's almost like, it's a very interesting, it's that portal that we talked about, right? It's here, this is the portal. Through the 5, the Mars in Scorpio. Through the death, we become lighter. Each next life that we're taking, we become lighter and lighter. And to be the age of Aquarius, to be the king, this is the lightest person there is in all the court cards. So become light. And you're invited to continuously be light. And then, look what's coming. I mean, this is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful reading. And then the Tower says, yes, become the dragonfly, become that gentle energy, become light, become the dragonfly. And the dragonfly is saying, wow, so beautiful. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. And when you come up in balance, you see clearly, you're joyful and you're magical. And that's what you are. And that's what the Tower does to you. The structures, the old structures, they're leaving. You don't want that anymore. It needs to leave. And then on your position, look what's coming up. You're coming up. The King of Swords again, but in a very different way. And it's very beautiful because here you had the King of Swords, right, on the position of Cancer. And look, here you had, in this new beginning, you had this dog and said, I'm going to help you. And now you have a bird that's going to help you. It's almost like these creatures are helping you. These creatures are here to tell you, yeah, you have here birds on your left shoulder. We're helping you, the dragonfly, and here this bird, the King of Swords. And then you are more light. You're like a samurai who only fights for that which is worth fighting for. Wow, so beautiful. And then on the position of the moon comes the number 36, another 9, lost in space. You need direction, and the moon is gonna give you and help you to have that direction, right? Always remember, you need direction. From the month of Aquarius, we go into the month of Pisces, and we have a full moon in Pisces tomorrow night into Saturday, depending where you are. So the Piscean moon is going to give you the direction, because from the moon we go then into the sun. But now I'm going to read it the other way around. We go from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And when you have found your direction, then you find yourself in your age, in your time frame. When you're coming down again, you will be again you, because you have been you, and you like to be you, and you learned to find through that direction, through the moon, you find the direction down to the earth. Wow, this is crazy. This is a crazy reading. Never read anything like that. And so now, and then you come right into the bushfire. But I'm not going to read it from left to right anymore. I'm going to read it now in this way, from the moon into the sun, right? We have then right away the bushfires, the number 10. And the 10, this is a 19, which is then a 10-10 portal. And you have a 10 portal here, 10-10. It's saying this is your karma to come back again as an Aquarius. And the bushfires is like an intensity, is the fire, is the intensity here, the intensity of action, of doing, the intensity also of this one. And knowing that, hey, the intensity is what makes things go, and the sun does burn. Like a bushfire is gonna bring you now into the next dimension, is bringing you back into, yeah, the sun is bringing you now into the judgment, into the inspiration, into the awakening. And the awakening is saying limits. There are limits. And this card, as you can see, sadly, it's almost like it's something has burned and now it's all black. And the horse is looking at this and is saying, okay, what I'm gonna do? And it says limits. Know that limiting attitudes are often formed as protective reactions to past events. The number 38, which is an 11, a portal in itself, an 11 that is saying, well, you are gonna learn to really be yourself. You're gonna learn to really now accept that this path here needs to be walked. This path here is your karmic energy. And even though things are burning, it's getting hotter and hotter, right? And we do have that problem. And you see here that limits, we are reaching the limit of certain things because of the inspiration that you got to come back again. And then the last card on the position of the world, you got again the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands was what created in the first place something in you that said, I don't want to come back here. Let's put it here. I don't want to come back here. It's too intense, right? I like to go this direction. I like to jump into that direction. I like to go in this direction. This direction is too heavy for me. Nevertheless, you see her. She's saying, well, guess what? You got to learn to come back here again, even though your physical body is in this direction. But remember the world, she's looking already into the next direction, and she knows there's another cycle beginning. Always there's a new cycle, because that's what the world does. The world is looking at the Fool. Physically, she's still in this world, but mentally or spiritual, she already knows there's a new cycle beginning. There's a completely new energy starting, and that's why you got to learn also to understand down here are your limits, and through the limits you learn also then again to liberate yourself again and again. And it's very important to learn that, to liberate yourself from oppressions, from things that make you feel like, yeah, this is not really what I want here. But always remember, look at these. I mean, you had this. You had a Fool on the position of the Emperor, which is cardinal, and opposite of the Emperor, you had a Fool again, which is Libra. So now you're going to begin again in the month of Libra. And you have the white and the black dog. And twice you have this understanding of unity. Unity within, unity that says black and white. The Gemini, black and white, is sometimes necessary to understand that, yes, if I go through the portal, I have two left. I leave behind me past, present, future. But the two are always with me, the ability to create. And so here, the ability to create, to understand in the limits that the 11 portal is bringing to you, right? Letting you know it's okay. It's all okay, because then again, you will come again and again and again and learn and learn and learn. Infinite learning. Infinite learning. Wow, what a reading. So I hope I see you in the next reading, because look what's coming in the month of Libra. When we look at the sun, Libra is then here and saying, yeah, you are really beginning fresh anew. And I'm going to look forward to that reading. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.